All right. I think I'm live now. Yo, what's up, everyone? Wait, I'm like running a tiny bit late here, so I gotta make sure everything's set up. My shit's all a little bit messed up. Oh no. Here, we'll just do that. Y'all are just gonna have to deal with my shitty green screen setup today. Let me get this set up and then boom, boom. All right, sick. You just got done making a try not to headbang playlist. Ooh, send me that shit. Yeah, we got Rin first. I said it right this time. um, what else do I need to make sure is set up? I have a desktop audio, mic, blah blah blah. Okay, sweet. I think we are all good to go. What's up, Ash? Awesome, 8. So guys, I got new headphones. I got these Aventone planners, which use planar technology to give the most accurate frequency response and I don't know. Basically, these headphones are the headphones that Voltre used for like the past 10 years or something, or I don't know how long, but Voltre swears by these and like recommended them. So I picked them up and basically they're like just the most flat headphones you can get for $300 and basically gives you like the most accurate representation of like what songs sound like. So basically feedback streams should be even better now. You're on your Xbox and iPhone right now? Damn. Yeah, planars. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the first track. So we've got Rin with How the Hell Do I Make This Louder? I've been mastering for 2 hours. Ooh, rip. I mean, does it need to be louder? Let's see. The waveform looks chunky enough. Some Porter vibes. Rip title, you are literally, you're the last person who can submit something. Like, after you submit, there's no more free spaces. Here, let me bring this back. This sounds loud enough. I don't think you need to make this louder. Oh, I got you. This is beautiful so far. I love this album art too. What the fuck? This has some like Ash vibes almost. So I would say your drums, I feel like could be a tiny bit louder, or at least like the snare, like just sitting a tiny bit more on top of the mix. The kick might be just a tiny bit too thumpy, so you could just put a transient shaper on it and turn down the sustained like just a tiny bit if you're trying to push it things louder. But like what happens when you push it louder? Like what starts clipping? Because like that's the biggest thing is like when you're mastering and you're trying to push shit louder, generally you have to really focus on what's starting to clip, and that'll tell you where your issue is. No, I'll listen for the snare again, but it didn't sound too loud. It sounded just almost a tad bit too quiet. far this sounds fucking fire, dude. No offense, but this is better than like all of the songs on our EP. Yeah, I mean, then so here, I'll listen to the next drop and then try to help you with that. Yeah, snare's too quiet. Something about this, it feels like everything's a little more on the left side than the right side. At least with the main lead, it feels like it needs a little more content on the right side. Yeah, I agree. The snare in the first drop was better. In terms of the, like, making it louder, so yeah, I mean, just making sure your kick is as tight as it can be without, like, compromising the feel of it. And then, I guess just making sure with the sub, like, maybe you can turn the sub down just a tiny bit. And just, I'm assuming the biggest part then is just making sure that everything sitting on top of the sub, including the sub, is like occupying its own space. So like making sure the sub is as filtered as it can be, whilst like maintaining the fullness of the drop, and then making sure everything else that has, like, everything else that doesn't need to have sub frequencies, just make sure it's all being cut. But yeah, I don't know. Other than that, it doesn't sound quiet, like there's a problem. So beyond that, it's just kind of like, is it worth giving into the loudness war? Hey, what's up, Waste of Space? Here, yeah, let me check if it's my headphones. Yeah, wait, it may have been my headphones. I need to get a new interface because my headphone jack's just slightly fucked up, so sometimes it pans shit weird, so ignore the panning thing. I don't know then. Like, are you using a clipper or are you using a limiter? Like, it might just be leveling. Like, you might just have to turn some things down. Like, the way I always level is, like, kick and snare are the loudest things in the mix. Next being the sub. Always have the sub hitting at, like, 0 to -4 decibels. And then you just mix everything else around that. Yeah, the final house switch is sick. Yeah, I'll tell you the cue. Other than that, though, this sounded clean as fuck on these headphones. Like, what's cool about these new headphones is that you can really kind of tell, like, when shit isn't mixed well, or, like, just it exposes a lot of issues in these headphones. There's not, like, saturation and, like, low end boosts or anything like that. So it's very like transparent, but this sounded so nice on these. Yeah, you can switch your submission. So next we got Mercurico, and then we got Hickam Lasto, then we got Dennett, then we got Canon, then we got RTX, then we got X Stretch, then we got Primal, then we got Into Ash, then we got Hexix. Those are the next like 10. And then whoever's submitting now, we have a full queue. So everybody after Rip Title, so like I see someone named Josh K submitted. Those are gonna have to either you're gonna have to donate or you'll just have to submit next week because we have a full ass queue of 25. All right, we got Makiriko. They want feedback on all of it. The intro is just a rough draft. Got it. I mean, it was $16 Bluetooth earphones. I mean, here's the thing though. Like, to an extent, equipment matters. Like, it can help you. But if you can learn, like, if you learn the EQ curve of your Bluetooth earphones, and there's also software and stuff out there that can help you. You learn the EQ curve, learn how to compensate for it, and then you learn how to make clean mix downs on those little earphones, then you're going to be a god at mixing if you can do that on like shitty headphones. Thank you, Josh K. I will get to yours right after this one then. Yes. This is pretty. This clap could have some reverb on it, or just be a little quieter. Probably louder than it needs to be. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this kick. And then you have stuff impacting with the kick that needs to be EQ'd, because it just kind of, it's just like muddy as fuck for that one. I would change the kick. This kick's just kind of distorted. It sounds like a fart. That kick is like the worst sounding kick I've ever heard. Yeah, no, that does not sound good. And this intro is getting, I mean, I know you said intro is a work in progress, but it's definitely getting, there's not enough progression. It's just getting dragged out. Oh yeah, just saw your thing, Josh K. Yeah, everything's welcome here. I mean, my area of expertise is like bass music, but singing's dope. So you still have the issue with the kind of fucked up kick. The sub is decent, but this lead is way too dry, and I don't know. Personally, I think it needs a bunch more layers. Like, it's just too dry and too simple. It just doesn't really sound that good. And then there's a click right here when you bring in that like rhythm womp. And it sounds like almost like maybe you have sub on the rhythm womp and the sustain lead that might be clashing. It just gets a little bit muddy. And then your hi-hats are way too quiet. They're getting lost. There's just not enough going on in the drop, not enough ear candy, atmospheres in the background. Yeah, I can like faintly hear your hi-hats, but your hi-hats should be really loud. quieter than the kick and snare. Especially since your hi-hats are giving the groove. They help keep everything moving forward. A kick and snare isn't enough unless the groove of your basses is insane. Like, look at Moody Good tracks, for instance. Moody Good's great at being able to keep it simple, where it's just kick, snare, hats, and then he just has so much swing and groove and just like interesting content in his basses that he doesn't need a lot else to fill his drops. But like this, it's just not enough to have your kick, snare, and then the boing, boing, boing. You need to have your hi-hats louder, and I'd add more layers to the sustain and maybe some ear candy and stuff. If I roast your mom, are you gonna send me a picture of your mom? This part's interesting. This is probably my favorite part of the song. It kind of works, but again, you need to saturate your hi-hats or maybe just turn them up. Either way, your hi-hats need to be a lot more pronounced. All right, next we got Josh K. Also, just letting everybody know who's new to the stream, not new to the stream in general, but like new to the stream right now, we've hit the 25 song queue. So if you're trying to submit, you're gonna have to donate, or else we're not gonna be able to get to you today because we have a full ass queue. All right, so Josh K, did you have anything specific you want feedback on? And so you're the singer, right?
This shit money. Ain't no safe space here, it's a hard night. Money come too fast, barely out of life. Say you wanna know the motion, so do I.
Did you want any feedback on like the production of it? Because I do have feedback on like the beat under. I feel like I have a few issues with like it's just not complimenting your singing in certain ways. Just I don't know if you're paying other people to produce the beats for you, just maybe something to look out for in the future.
This shit money.
So I feel like this part could be a little brighter and just more in your face and loud. Just get the energy ready for when the beat comes in.
Ain't no safe space here, it's a hard night. Money comes
and then like the 808, I don't know if they're just using the 808 as pretty much the kick itself or not, but I feel like it just needs a little bit of a punchier, cleaner transient.
Fast, barely out of life. Say you wanna know the motion, so do I. 10 carats, that's devotion all my life.
And like it sounds like your vocals, they sound a little bit thin. Like they could be more saturated, maybe even have another layer with them.
Ain't no pretty boy, stop it. Yeah, money got me no violent.
But so far, this is a vibe.
I'm fighting. I'm about it all night, no hiding. Somebody come turn all the lights off. I don't wanna write songs, I just
the vocals sound almost over compressed and a little bit thin.
Wanna fall down on my knees again. Can't find no peace in this. I've been pacing around the room and you feeling that. Cold sweats in the morning, I've been feeling that. No, I cannot stand these things now.
This is a vibe though, I fuck with this.
I've been pacing around the room and you feeling that. Cold sweats.
But yeah, there's also just like too much, like I said, it sounds a little over compressed in terms of the vocals, and maybe too much high end, not enough lower mids in the vocals.
Morning, I've been feeling that. No, I cannot stand these things now.
Ooh, I like that part.
White on white Porsche in a driveway, G-Wag when I feel like riding around the subway. I got 2 bags, spend it on a wrist.
Bruh, this is sick.
You could lose yourself in this, you should stay away.
I think this song would have done a lot better though, in terms of like I said, it's just like certain things with the way this was like mixed and produced that are kind of like the vocals are so sick, and like the flow, I'm still getting into it regardless, but just like Yeah, I feel like if there's certain things with the mix down that were ironed out, it'd have a lot more of an impact and a lot more energy behind it and just really get people into the mood.
Party up in the mansions, I got all the advances. Everybody take chances, I'm the only one getting it handled. I put 1 foot forward, you take 2 steps back. I'm the reason that your girl ain't never call you back, yeah. Somebody come turn all the lights off. I don't wanna write songs, I just wanna fall down on my knees again. Can't find no peace in this.
Like that part, personally, I would have it just a little more reverbed out, like feel a little bit softer and a little bit like more grand, if that makes sense.
Cold sweats in the morning, I've been feeling down. No, I cannot stand these things now. I've been pacing around the room and feeling now. Cold sweats in the morning, I've been feeling down. No, I cannot stand these things now.
So good, Wade. Oh man, I'm sad it ended so quick. Should have played that out a little bit. Oh shit, I'm in an incognito tab, so I can't follow people here. Real quick, I'm gonna just open a new tab. I'm gonna give you a follow, cause that was sick. But yeah, in terms of the vocals, in terms of like the actual singing, I don't have any feedback for that, because it was a vibe. The lyrics were dope. It was catchy. I think it's just mainly the production of it is like just kind of took away like some of the potential, I guess, of your vocals. But other than that, that was dope. Thanks for the submission, dude. All right. Yeah, I saw Rip Title. Rip Title is up next. It's always sick when like hip hop artists and stuff come on the stream and submit stuff, because I don't always. I'm so like always listening to dubstep and shit. It's a nice little refreshing change of pace. All right, so is this done? I don't know if it needs more stuff in it or not. Got it. I'd say there's just a really subtle amount of resonance in this intro that could be EQ'd out. I think the kick's too quiet. It feels like kind of like muffled in the background almost. Snare could be a tiny bit louder too. Damn, dude. Some like liquid dubstep. I love the space and delay on this vocal. Kick is so hidden though. Yeah, some resonance in here that needs to be EQ'd. Okay, see ya, Bree. Oh, I like that, the texture. This part, I love the filtering on the vocals, but I think it's a little too, it's like mainly resonating at a lower frequency where everything else is, so it gets like a slight bit muddy. It feels like it needs to have a little more high end. Also, that little hi-hat fill thing that came in, I think that should be louder. it also sounds like it has like, I don't know, I feel like it should be EQ, like high cut a little bit and then get a little bit of a boost in the high end maybe. For the hi-hat. Hitcam Lasto keeps saying the Reese note sounds off key. This is sick though. I think it's not quite done in terms of it just needs like the mix down. Needs a little bit of more, like re-leveling. But other than that, yeah, the whole idea is there. That's beautiful. I agree with Dreer. If the perks lean more into the garagey vibe, it would be perfect. Yeah, and yeah, this part again, I feel like the bass and the vocal are sitting too close to each other. So maybe even, I don't know, I feel like the vocal needs to be the main vocal point in this part to really like hit those feels, especially with it being filtered. So I would kind of do what you can to kind of remove focus from all the other elements during this part. So it's really kind of the vocal feels like it's sitting almost on its own in a way, if that makes sense. So you can just kind of feel the emotion in the vocal. But yeah, other than that, beautiful stuff, man. Really, really vibey. All right, going back to the regular queue, we got Hickam Lasto. Oh wait, did you submit a new one? Let me check. Here, I'm gonna put in the link and just let me know if this is the right one. Confuzzled. So this is not the right track? Or are you saying no, that you didn't submit a different track? Hey Cam. Waiting on your response, my man. Oh wait, okay, I see it. Sweet. All right, Robot Love. Sounds like maybe this main lead might be a little too loud. Also, that kick clap with a trap clap like that, I don't think it really works. And it just kind of, I don't know, I said this during, I'm pretty sure we listened to this during the Full Flex audio feedback stream, and the drum loop there feels a little disconnected. Like it feels like there's just a drum loop added to that section, but it doesn't completely work with like the Reese and the melody. Like the Reese and the melody have kind of like a slower, almost garage kind of flow to them, whereas this drum loop is really fast. And it just like, I don't know if it's because there's not like a super pronounced side chain or anything, but it feels like disconnected, if that makes sense. I think the claps need to be louder. I don't like this sub. I think you need a buzzier sub to go under that. And you gotta watch the high end. Certain hits get a little too piercing. What up, Greg? Bird. I think there's too much going on during that pre-drop. You can't really tell what the vocal says. And for whatever reason, that part right before the drop just didn't really add any energy or give the drop any impact. I'm looking submissive and breathable? What? I think overall your clap just needs to be a bit louder and more saturated so it has a little more impact. Reads like a Veer tweet. Yeah. This works a little better right here. A little slower pace. I feel like that Reese could be a little more saturated as well. I feel like it's just a little, it just needs a little more girth in the line. And again, claps can be louder. You see how there's just kind of a lack in the impact in the drop? It's like I hear the vocal and the way it's arranged is like setting it up to have like a nice impact. You got this fake out, you got the vocal, but there's just something about it where it just doesn't have that in your face like boom. I don't know if you need like a nice like white noise riser going into it and nice like crash or something. Also, I'd like to point out this little, there's a fill right here that has like more sub and more of an impact than like most of the drop right here. Like that part, that sub is just more, I don't know, thumpy or whatever it is, and it just kind of creates a very obvious contrast in the drop from that going back to the regular. I'm not that into hentai. What are these questions? Like, to each their own, but yeah, I just don't watch it. I like maybe occasionally, once or twice a year. Definitely breast. What the chicken breast or thighs? Chicken. I don't know. I just like chicken in general. I'll take whatever I can get. But yeah, that I don't know what it is about this track. It's hard to give. I mean, I guess I gave a decent amount of feedback. I hope it was helpful. I was having a hard time figuring out exactly what was lacking, but there's some sort of impact and energy lacking from the drop. The arrangement's cool and the idea's cool. It's just, yeah, I don't know if it's like your kick or your sub. I was having trouble figuring out exactly what was just not hitting for me. But hopefully I gave you something that helped. All right, next we got Dennett. Also, I'm still getting used to how these headphones feel, so sorry if today, like, over time I'll know like how to understand what I'm hearing. But these headphones, just like I said, they're super flat, so everything is just extremely flat, I guess is the best way to describe it. Whereas my other headphones, I feel like there's a slight amount of saturation. It made the low end sound better than it really sounded, stuff like that. So I gotta get used to it. Yeah, I agree with Blank State. The build-ups had so much more energy in contrast to the drops. They're Aventone Planars, Blank State. I'll type them in case anyone wants to. That crystally pad in the right ear gets just a little too harsh. Ooh, that's beautiful. I'm a waifu? Bruh, I got a horny chat today, what the fuck? Waifu with the drip. Ooh, this is nice. Okay, that lead's kind of weak. This part was nice, and then you just get into this breakdown. And the impact into the breakdown's kind of weird, and it's like lost. And then this lead is like resonating a lot in the lower mids. And it's not in the higher mids, it's in your face. It just feels kind of like almost muffled in a weird way. Clap is too quiet as well. There's like a pad or something in there that might have like low end in the sides. I would maybe take that out. Yeah, the melody arrangements. Nice build. Ooh, okay. Bro, what are y'all talking about? Okay, the melodicity of this part's questionable. It worked for this. Honestly, these vocoded parts, the boom, 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 I feel like there could be more high end. or like maybe some sort of texture just like being layered with it, like crystally texture. Oh wait, I just noticed there actually is. Maybe just make it louder. Honestly, for this part, I would look into more progression with those chord calls for the response, because it gets a little bit generic and boring when it just over and over. Like, get more playful with it. Like I don't know how to vocalize like the thoughts in my head, but like, yeah, I would just say get a little more playful with the call versus the response, because you're just kind of, it's a cool idea, there's cool sounds, but I think you're kind of caving to a more generic arrangement of it. Yeah, kind of what Blank State said. Vocoded basses, from what I've seen, they all sound the same. It's not really unique. I do like how they sound in here, but I think because of the way this is being arranged, it's just like very one note, one chord stab back and forth. And it was fun for like the first little phrase of it, but now it just gets a little bit too generic and played out. Okay, this part is getting better now. Oh, what up, Kazian? I glitched. Oh, shit. I got, like, better for a second. Ooh, I love the movement here. Hey! Awesome, Brandon. Did you just submit? Oh yeah, I see that. All right, I'll get to you next, dude. Again, the lead needs to be more in your face. Yeah, it does feel pretty subby. I think we'll listen to the next drop. I was thinking about that. Our hornicity has affected this mic. Oh my god. Ooh. Okay, there's more playfulness. Okay, but see, here's the thing. You have these crazy fucking... I don't know what's happening here. Wait, where is it? Like those crazy chord shit going on, but then you just bring it back into this generic response of just quarter note vocoded basses. And so that's where you're losing me, is like, you got to match that creativity and energy now. Like, there's so much potential there, and it's like so playful, going all over the place. And then it just comes back to dun 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 dun. It's like, you see what I mean? And then like a fill like that, it just kind of, I feel like you ruin the impact of that fill when the fill does the same rhythm as the response. It's like everything should be call and response. So if the fill is da 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 da, and then the response is da 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 da, it just kind of takes away, it doesn't create that contrast that a fill like that should, in my opinion. I feel like the transition into this new kind of switch up, there weren't any cues or anything of like, or like restarting the energy of like, oh, we're switching it up, you know? It just kind of felt like, I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like it just needs a better transition. I feel like there needs to be more modulation in here. You keep doing this thing where you have this beautiful melodic arrangement going on, and then it gets flipped into just a one note thing. And you have it just over and over doing that. And it just becomes, again, like I said, just really generic arrangement where it becomes too predictable. And then it kind of ruins the liveliness of all those chords and melodies you have going on. Yo, Ethan, thank you. I will check yours after Brandon's. Ethan, thank you, Blank Slate. Yeah, just put it in the submission form, and I got you. All right. But other than that, like Kazium said at one point, wonderful ideas, just needs better execution. Hopefully that helped. I know it's hard to kind of figure out that call and response where it doesn't get kind of boring in one note. Like I get it gets kind of frustrating trying to figure that out and figuring out the balance of keeping it repetitive while also interesting. But I think if you want to push this track to the best potential like the best it can be, I think that's what you should focus on. General mixing advice and how I'm doing so far. 3-ish years of experience. Sick. Let's check it out. Zoo. I like this logo. This is sick. Shower with Cubic. Yeah, 69 followers. Let's go. Ooh, this is beautiful. So far, it's pretty clean. Oh, damn. Okay, I think that part got a little bit too, what's the word? I think it needs like one more riser or down shifter on it. It just gets a little too empty, I guess. Not enough like texture and movement. Our hornicity will increase if we see cubic shower. Yeah, I got you. Ooh, okay. Here, I need to go back to this. Okay, so first off, that fill isn't loud enough, and I think you need some sort of riser or just something else to build a little bit of tension and cue the listener that there's something about to come. Like I get that. I feel like you're trying to go for like the caught by surprise type of drop, which works, but you just still need to build some subtle amount of tension just to cue people in on like, hey, there's something coming. Like, get ready your brain. Also, the snare's a little too dull. I'd make the snare brighter. And the lead has a little bit of weird panning on it. I love the texture of it and the grit and the melodicity of it. But if I were you, I'd make sure you have like a mono, like parallel signal of it that's staying in the center, even if it's just like subtly, like it just needs some sort of like foundation in the middle just to keep it grounded. This is cool though, cool ideas. I think during this part where you have the ARP kind of going all around, I feel like that might be too reverbed out. So I'd also make sure you have a parallel signal where you have like a more dry version of that playing, and then maybe turn down that pad a little bit, the pad that you have layered with it, because it kind of, that ARP thing gets pushed to the background and the pad is the main thing, but you have the pad playing so much through the drop. You want that ARP to be more of the main focus because that gives it the variation and progression the drop needs. Ooh. Your snare is incredibly quiet. Your snare is getting lost. And your kick's probably a little too quiet, maybe. You want your kick to have a little more impact. Also, I'd EQ that pad a little bit more. There's like a noticeable contrast in like the frequency full, like how full this part feels versus when the pad comes in and when it doesn't. And it's like not the contrast you want. So make sure you're EQing it so that it feels kind of smooth and balanced throughout this whole thing when the pad keeps coming in and out. If that makes sense. I love this part. This part's fucking gorgeous. Kind of want more of that. Needs a riser here. Nice noise swelling up. Oh, love the chords. It's getting a little clouded here. And again, the panning's a little bit weird. Kind of need, oh, fuck this phone. I kind of need like a more saturated kind of center feeling, or like at least static feeling layer of like the leads going on. I can't copy and paste the cue, but I can show you guys in a second. Ooh, nice little transition into the breakdown. There's a transient right here. Like a little snap. I don't think that worked. But yeah, overall, like the idea is there, just needs a little work in terms of the mix down. Other than that though, this is sick. So yeah, you're definitely coming along. I think you just need to work on like your mix down, your leveling, and then building tension, using effects better. But yeah, this is sick. Oh, it's a book closing. Then maybe make it a little more obvious that it's that. Pyrozete. I don't know. Oh, that was the theme. Oh, see, I didn't know. Here, let me listen to the beginning again real quick. Oh, I see. I think you should have those book Foleys then a little bit like more present. But yeah, I think you're coming along great, dude. Sounds about right for 3-ish years of experience. You're not falling behind or anything. You're almost there. Just got to work on your mix downs mainly. So, yeah, thanks for submitting. Here, I will quickly show you guys the, let me see if I can show you guys the cue. No, there's not really a way for, here, I'll just read you guys the cue. All right, so, oh wait, we still have Ethan. Okay, so after Ethan, like going back to the normal cue, we have Canon, RTX, oh, let me pause that, X Stretch, Primal Rights, Into Ash, Hexix, Waste of Space, SA Official, Jordan 2123 MP, and then Avile. Those are like the next people coming up. But we got Ethan. All right, let's listen. Swain. Oh, that's sick. Damn. Honestly, with the brass coming in the left side, I would have that main lead like bell just pan slightly to the right. Oh wait. Oh, I guess it is a little bit. Or it sounds like it's moving that direction. Here, I need to re-listen to this part. This kind of like double time kick, but still having it playing with the original like loop that was going on in here. It's a little bit weird. I don't know how well that works.
Everything I told you was a lie.
Whoa. Okay, so first off, this is a big pet peeve of mine when the intro has like absolutely nothing to do with the drop. Like, it's such an interesting, like, jazzy. There's nothing that really cued me into like connecting that to tear out drop, you know? And this is like a big issue I see in tear out when they don't do like your typical either orchestral or like metal style intro into tear out. When people who make tear out just do some sort of really beautiful intro, and then there's just not a section that connects and bridges the gap, so it just goes from that to all of a sudden, hey guys, tear out drop. That always like really throws me off in a bad way.
Everything I told you was a lie.
I'd say that part, that fill, could be a little louder. And then there's like a part in that section where it gets cut off. It goes dun, 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 dun. It sounds like it's getting cut off. So I don't know if you're using like a sampler or you're using like a synth for these one shots, but make sure the tail's like fully playing out between each hit. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, that's a cool way to incorporate the intro. That was sick. Okay, so I think then what you need is just have more of a breakdown instead of going from the jazz just into the build. I think you need to break it down from the jazz and give it a little more space to kind of evolve into the heavier tear out thing. Because that's sick now. That kind of changes things. So yeah, it's definitely just the way you built into the drop just wasn't enough to kind of let people know what was coming. Okay. This is weird. I've never heard anything like this. Just fucking brass playing during the tear out. Okay, there's a lot of rhythms happening at once. It's getting a little clogged and hard to figure out how to like dance to it. No, we haven't, Avile. There's just been a lot of super chats, so we haven't really been on cue. Um, but yeah, I think this is cool in terms of the way you're experimenting and like throwing in like the brass while the tear out's going. I think that's sick, and I think that can work. I just think, yeah, the rhythms you have, there's certain perks and stuff, and then the rhythm of the tear out and stuff. I think it's just there's too much going on in here, so it's hard to follow. So you need to work it out. Something that really helps while you're producing is like take a break for a second and just play your track and try to dance to it like you would at a show or something, and see how danceable it is. And that's also something I've noticed just in terms of playing live shows. Like tear out has become like kind of blown up over the past year in a lot of ways, and there's all these really cool flows, but I've noticed that it doesn't translate like live as well because some of it gets too sporadic and hard to dance to. So that's something to keep in mind if you want your music to be played live in front of people. You just really want to make sure it's danceable. Something here too, so like I said, it's cool that the brass is playing, but it's kind of also at the same time ruining the call and response you have going on. You're like playing with these different sounds and stuff, but because there's a sustained brass playing throughout that, it doesn't allow you to have those breaks of like tun 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 tun, like the back and forth. Exactly what Cannon said. Best music is enjoyable at home, but playable live. Exactly like what Eli Derp has done with his EP. Ooh, that part was sick. But yeah, I think your top, like your cymbals, your hi-hats, your percussion, the rhythm that it's playing is not flowing with the rhythm of the tear out and like the brass and stuff here. So it's like the hats are just playing a groove that is just kind of conflicting almost, and it's like really hard to figure out how to bob my head to that. Ooh, I love this though. I think the snare can be a little more saturated, or like the rim shot. I think that part, this little breakdown, needs a nice down sweep or some sort of effect to kind of like settle it down. Music doesn't need to be made for live shows, but it depends. Okay, it depends what you want. Like if you're trying to be a DJ, or you're trying to have a big career, like a lot of people's careers are made by people hearing their music live and falling in love with it. And so it's like if you want your music to be played by DJs at shows, then you're gonna have to take into account that it's like you need to craft it to be played for live shows. If you're someone who you want your music to just be enjoyed at home and that's all you want and it's like a hobby or whatever, it's like that's fine. But you at least, the bare minimum is you want it to be easy for someone to bob their head to. And so that's kind of what I'm talking about with here, is it's hard to follow even in terms of just bobbing my head. Hey, what's up, Primal? I think the kick pattern here it doesn't quite work. I definitely get the Christmas vibe.
Well, Cat, looks like it's
Yo,
time
what
for
up,
a show
Akuro?
dance.
Oh my god, what the fuck? This weirdly works. I don't know. What the? This is like polyrhythm, but jazz. What the fuck? Okay, why does this work now? Pink Panther tear out. Jesus Christ. It just went off. I don't know why, but that actually worked for me. Definitely like impossible to dance to, but it's kind of like, I get it. It's like very polyrhythmic. That was crazy. What the fuck? Yeah, well, so I have a green screen this time, and I didn't have enough time to change everything. That was crazy though. 6 submission, Ethan. You're definitely on to something. That's very unique. So I definitely appreciate that. I just think it needs a little bit more finesse. That was sick though. Really cool tune. I'm gonna follow you. All right, we're going back to the regular queue unless there's a super chat I missed. Let me just double check. Okay, no, we're good. So, regular queue, we are at Canon. Please tell me if this is funny or not. Pass out circular. Oh no.
Check. 1, 2. Scullion. Scully.
What's about to happen?
I came to party, party. She came to party, party. I came to party, party.
せーの言葉にすれば消えちゃう関係なら言葉を消せばいいやって思ってた恐れてただけどあれなんか違うかも千里の道も一歩から石のように硬いそんな意地で地にも積もれば山かなでしこ死ぬ気でいや死ぬ気でふわふわにふわふわであなたが名前を呼ぶそれだけで
I think, okay, I think the vocals need to be like, have some OTT on them or something. Just a little too dull. This is amazing. This is horribly amazing. Okay, the ew in the back needs to be EQ'd. It sounds like it has too many lows. Why does this work? That's the dumb thing. Why does my brain enjoy this? DMCA'd for animators.
Do it again, let's...
Alright. Since we have so many submissions, like we get it. But amazing submission. Oh my god. That's definitely one of my favorite pass out edits I've heard. Alright, we got RTX with... This was my submission for the Frank Pole blind battle. I don't know what that is. Okay, too much high end right off the bat. Kind of muddy in the high end, and like yeah, like around 2K, I'd say. Ooh, this build's sick though. I think the frequency shifting on the vocals though might be a little too destructive. What the fuck? Okay, so this is sick, but the drop is too dry. It needs either like some crazier reverb on the leads, or you need some stuff in the background creating more energy. Interesting. Okay, I hate the vocals. I hate the way you process the vocals. They just, you can barely understand what they're saying, and they just sound dumb. I'm sorry. And the brass sounds way like overcompressed. Yeah, some reverb sweeps. Okay, whoa. I think you gotta EQ the high end a little bit. Just, this part's a lot fuller than like the rest of the song. Yeah, that's harsh. You got, that's got the 3K bite, I believe. Yeah, and I think you gotta just turn that down. It's like, yeah, listen to how like kind of how much cleaner and like less aggressive this feels, and then this. I'm not as into that. I can't stand the vocal. But yeah, definitely a dope start there. All right, we got X Stretch with. Yeah, I would like to order a pizza with extra spicy tear-out bases. Now, JK. Second buildup is empty, and yeah, don't roast me too much, please. I'm gonna roast you so fucking much, dude. You're gonna fucking die from heat exhaustion. Yo, I will get to yours in a second, Kazium. Mags, you are late. If you want to send in a track, you gotta donate, because we got hella submissions today. Oh, okay, I got tagged in this. I was like, news and politics, and in my face? What the fuck? Beautiful. Alright, I'll get to yours after Kazium's.
know that I'm in control.
I have not finally learned how to roast, no. I honestly don't hear very many issues.
Man should know that I'm in control.
I do think the rhythm or the where the vocal is like offset doesn't completely go with the drums. You might need to just slowly like offset the vocal just a tiny bit. What? There's something going wrong here. One, the build is too loud. It's like really muddy, but it weirdly works. It's kind of tripping me out. I'd say maybe just the sirens and stuff in the background need to be maybe turned down a tiny bit and EQ just a little bit more. What the fuck is the vocal saying? It's just that's what the vocal sounds like. That part's a little weird. The siren's just like way too loud now. Yeah, the reverse laser has got to go. The vocals are speaking politics. This is like right here. It's just like, this is your daily weather broadcast. I voted Republican. It is quite the contrast between the intro and this part. Just how fucking loud the drop is. Yeah, I just think, yeah, what Mag said, it's just like, it gets a little too clogged with just like everything's like super fucking PCP energy, you know?
Man should know that I'm in control.
Oh, this is an interesting build switch up. Okay, now the siren is just getting obnoxious. Like, what the fuck? It's just like, you have like a lot of stop and start kind of here in the beginning. But it's just, all I hear is in the background. It needs to be so much more suppressed. Those fucking terahertz are huge though. It's literally the main issue here is just like your drop is just like too much energy. Like a lot of people have issues with their drops not having enough energy. You just have way too much. Okay, bye. Beyond that, I can't give too much feedback in terms of like, I guess like some of the other drop elements, because it's just that siren takes up so much space. It's kind of hard to tell. It's all just like a giant burst of energy and noise. God, I hate being sick. All right, we got. Oh wait, Mags donated. So let me. Oh wait, no, I got to get to Casium and then Mags. All right. Oops, not where I was trying to go. All right. Okay, so some harsh high end here. Wait, I need to restart this. So the rhythm of the, I guess, fake out or whatever doesn't match this in a way. Like, first off, this part doesn't get me like hyped or anything. I'm just kind of like, what's happening? And then just the rhythm that follows it, it's like a little different than what that had me expecting. I don't think there's enough progression in this either. It's all just kind of this really distorted noisiness, and it's like, it's got a cool stompy rhythm, but it doesn't have, I don't know, it just like, it all just starts to sound like noise of just the noise in a rhythm, but there's nothing like the tones and individual, like, yeah, I guess just tonality of the different hits. It gets kind of lost because it's all just so distorted. Yeah, it just all really, like, I can hear that you're trying to have like variation and like subtle call and responses, but it all just honestly starts to sound like just distorted noise. Yeah, drums are nice. I love the sub programming too. Yeah, it blends together so much. And it feels a little too dry too. But yeah, the subs, the drums, and the rhythm are all great. I think you just need to work on the way you're processing the sounds, and then it's also harsh and dry feeling, so you need some like wetness to create some like nice contrast and range in the drop. All right, now we got Mags. It's a whip, so mainly just feedback on the mix so far. Gotcha. Oh no, awesome. Have a good one, dude. Nothing's standing out in this mix for me yet. Okay, the kick's like too hard. It sounds fine for that kick, but then that kick, it has like a sort of bit crush on it that's just like a little too harsh. Yeah, it kicks too hard. I think that snare too can be a little, maybe a little more dry. Also, the build is louder and more full and bright than your drop is. Hear that? Okay, that Reese is more full and bright than your drop too. And it just felt kind of, you have this like break going with the Reese, and it just feels forced because that's the flow of your drop is really slow, just slow, boom, 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 and then you just have it kind of stops for a second, and then just a quick womp, 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 and then, but it just doesn't completely flow into that show. It's like you're trying to fit like a 4-bar fill into just like 2 bars. That felt too quick too. Here, I need to re-listen. Yeah, you're right. I was trying to figure out what was causing the vocals and the basses to kind of clash. And yeah, one of them needs to be stereo. I'd go with maybe the leads being stereo, the vocals being mono, or it might work either way. You just got to experiment with which one sounds better. Yeah, it feels like too quick. And then I feel like that build clap needs to be more snappy and bright. It's just kind of like washed out noise. This here man can't fuck with the M1. So that build was kind of lackluster, but this drop's dope. And Hickam, blame Joe B. I mean, it's not only Joe B. There's also people like Odd Prophet and stuff, but like Joe B is the one who's like really popularized this like the UK grime tear out shit. The perfs here. Yo, that's sick. Oh yeah, you said build up suck mighty ass. My bad. So yeah, here's the thing. The vocal part of the drop is sick, but it kind of came out of nowhere and then it just was gone out of nowhere. And then it was like never revisited. So I feel like you got to figure out a better way to integrate that. Like, it's a cool idea, but yeah, it was just like in and out. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with that information, but hopefully that was helpful feedback. But definitely a solid idea going on here, and the mixing isn't too bad. Who us, Joe? Wake up, Joe B. All right, who do we got next? We got Primal Rights. Transition from drop 1 to breakdown and any other possible. What the fuck? Oh, you didn't send me the right kind of link. Here, send another one or message me on Discord, Primal. In the meantime, we got Into Ash. Wait, let me see if Primal just sent one. Here, we'll just get back to you after this one, Primal. Okay, first question. Was this made at 1:35 a.m.? Are you just gonna make all your music at that time? 'Cause it obviously worked out. Oh, that's a little bit harsh. The vocal and the horn are kind of clashing. And then they both have like reverb. It's just a little muddy. Yeah, that's definitely clipping because of, I think, the reverb. Yeah, you have like reverb in the background. I'm pretty sure that's needs to be cleaned up. Wait, what is happening to your snare, dude? Okay, so if you're gonna have it where you have that little amount of kicks or like that much space between kicks, you gotta make sure that snare's like clapping through really hard. Oh wait, no, you do have a lot of kicks. Your drums are just weak in general. I didn't even notice the kicks. What the fuck? And then, yeah, there's a lot of high end here. Is there like no sidechain? God, yeah, that's a lot of high end. High end's getting clippy and muddy. And this part, it's hard to hear the vocals. You got a lot of times where you're bringing in these vocals, but then you have other elements that are hitting like in the same range as the vocals. So it's like really just fighting. Really? It really sounds like there's no sidechain. Well, yeah, I guess it's like I keep saying, you gotta mix everything below your kick and snare. Okay, yeah, I can hear the sidechain here. I mean, part of it, you might just need to curve off the highs of a lot of these elements. Just curve them off so that it lets your drums breathe. It's beautiful though. But yeah, the drums just really, it kind of creates, it just feels like this giant wall of high end and melodies throughout the whole drop, because you don't have the drums like coming in there and creating little gaps and groove. So it just feels like it's really sustained. But yeah, everything else needed to be brought down. But other than that, it's really cool ideas in there. I fuck with that. All right, we got Hexix. They want feedback on singing, tonality, emotion, songwriting, and production. So everything. Yo, you did the vocals. That's sick. Yeah, what Dr. Lobster said. Yo, sorry to the people who just submitted. I have 37 submissions right now. So we are way past the 25 submission limit. So you got to donate if you want to get in there. I like this album art. I'll tell you guys the cue in a second. The vocals are pretty good, dude. But the way that they're processed, they're getting lost in the mix. Like they're kind of resonating in the same frequency as your super saws. So you either need something like track spacer, or you need to EQ them and maybe even format shift them a little bit, so that they're kind of a little bit higher, like in a little bit of a different area than the chords. Yeah, there's just like too much low end in the vocals, not enough high end. Or like mids, like higher mids. Overall, the whole mix feels a little bit dull. A bit of a muddy lower mid end, like there's like, it just feels a little bit too noisy. And it feels really like the whole mix feels like it's just very low end heavy and just not a lot of balance in the high end. Like right now, there's like just all this noise in the lower mids, and then it's like the vocals are coming in the same general area, and so it's just all just this kind of weird fight. Yeah, exactly what SA said. I don't know if it's like the headphones or the like whatever you're producing on, you want to try to be aware of like what the EQ curve of it is, because it really sounds like maybe whatever you're producing on is really lacking in low end maybe, and now you're like overcompensating. Other than that, though, the arrangement and melodicity of all this is beautiful. And the vocals are sick.
From 1,000 miles away, I fell in love with you.
This part, it's a little bit noticeable that you're kind of struggling to hold notes with your vocals.
From 1,000 miles away.
So that's something you're going to want to work on, is just building that confidence and ability to be able to hold a note without a lot of wavering.
I fell in love with you, and I want you to stay.
Also, if you're using auto-tune, you want to make it so that it's the one that doesn't have as much of vibrato, so that it can let you just hold a note better.
I fell in love with you from 1,000 miles away.
And something else that helps hide that is just more harmony and more reverb. I'd really reference like mode step music, because you kind of have a similar vocals to mode step in terms of like just how they sound and feel, and probably how they need to be mixed. I think mode step did like a tutorial on how he mixes his vocals. What up, Brett? I love the chorus though. The lyrics are sick. Your growls are getting really lost. Yeah, definitely not cringe vocals at all. Yeah, same thing throughout the whole track. It's like the arrangement of the track and the vocals, everything about the track itself, like the songwriting is really well done, but it's just the mix down is just really just shitting on itself. Did we have a super chat that I missed? Let me double check. Okay, no, I don't think so. So we're on Primal Rights. Oh wait, I skipped Primal, didn't I? Fuck. All right, transition from drop 1 to breakdown and any other possible finessing with the drops. Oh wait, also I just forgot I was gonna give you guys the cue. So we got Bree next, then SA Official, then Jordan, then Avile, and then Dreer, and then ZF Patron, and then Greg. Those are the next ones coming up. Fuck, I hate being sick, dude. My voice is all fucked up. And if you for some reason can't super chat, you can PayPal me. I believe it's paypal.me/qbikmusik. I don't know for sure though. Or if you use Venmo, just let me know whatever works for you and I can figure it out. Yeah, I probably should get water in a second. I haven't drank water in a while. The noise, I think there's like noise on the sub or noise on something. I don't know. The sub's doing weird shit. I don't know how I feel about it. And just the raspy noise, I don't know if that might need to be turned down. And the kick sounds a bit too intense for the intro. Vocals need to be louder. I'd honestly scratch your intro. I just don't, there's nothing about it that really hooks you, and it feels like disconnected from this part.
P's and Q's.
I think all these vocals need to be a little brighter and saturated. I like that switch up. Transition from drop 1 to the breakdown sounded fine. I'm just not a fan of this though. Like, I don't know. With songs like this, it's like you look at someone like Akios, for instance. Even though their drops and their intros and stuff can be quite disconnected, or with a lot of big rhythm artists, they still the intros and stuff add some sort of have some sort of touch that stays like memorable and it's interesting and enjoyable to listen to. But honestly, just the like guitar sounding lead that just boom boom boom, it just doesn't like hook me in any way. It just sounds like it's there because something needs to be there, you know?
I'll put man in a 4-year coma.
This drop's a little messy. Or like muddy. I think some of these glitchy elements you have playing in the background, they need to be hitting at a higher end, at the higher end of the frequency spectrum, because your leads are very like, they just have a lot of mids and they kind of stay within the mids. And so you want to have the glitches and stuff kind of in the highs to fill in the whole spectrum. Then again, though, just keep in mind, I'm still getting used to these headphones. So sometimes I'm like second guessing myself because I'm just not used to how flat these headphones are. Like, I literally got them like 2 days ago. Yeah, I think just this drop gets a little too much going on. Like, I think it needs to get pulled back a little bit, like decide which is the main focal point, and then kind of pull everything around it back a little bit. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I think it's a good start. All right, we got Bree, Waste of Space. I feel awkward saying your name because I don't think you're a waste of space. Feels like I'm like insulting you. Oh wait, my bad. Wait, I need to check because ZTL said they sent me. Let me check PayPal. Wait, maybe I need to check my other PayPal. 1 second. I have 2 PayPals. It's so dumb. Why won't it let me log out? What the fuck? I wish they had like a switch accounts thing. That'd be so nice. Oh, they do. All right. Did you submit in the forms ETL? Okay, got it. Sweet. Thank you. Let me check the form. All right. Here, sorry, waste of space. You're up next, though. Uh-oh, with Lutuni. Got you, SA. The vocals are like too thin and quiet. I think you need to have a more thumpy transient on the 808. And I feel like maybe more release on the 808. Yeah, like the 808 here is just too quick and it's almost like too high. It sounds like you're just using the transient of the 808 as like your kick. Personally, I usually like side chaining or like fading out the transient of the 808 to put in a hip hop kick. And then the filter into that felt a little awkward. Oh, I like this lead. I think the lead could have like more reverb on it, and the panning's nice, but I'd have it so it's not fully panning. Like have it so that it still has a little bit on each side. So it's not, because it's like if you listen to that in mono, it might, I don't know, it might disappear, but either way, I just think it needs to be kind of still there, even though it's panning, if that makes sense. I think this also just needs some more effects in the background. Like, it's really dry. Like, yeah, there's a lot going on, but it needs some, like, splashes, you know? Like, psh, maybe some, like, shimmering crashes in the background. Just something else that's, like, adds some, like, amount of shimmer and, like, almost, like, pumping, you know? Oh, the release felt too long, so you shortened it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all up to you, but like I'm getting used to how short it is. Oh wait, oh you mean like so the release on the side chain. I feel like just like one of those really soft thumpy hip hop kicks would work better as like the transient. Cuz it's like if you hear like that part especially, it's like the transient's really distorted. And so it kind of takes away some of the like thump of it. Wait. That part, that hit right there too, I think the vocal or there's something right, some element right here that's like out of key. You hear that? Yeah, it's definitely a nice start. It's really chill and vibey. I dig it. It's a clipping experiment. Hey, I mean, you got to experiment to know like it's important to experiment. Push the boundaries, see what works, see what doesn't. But yeah, thanks for the submission, dude. Now we got Waste of Space. More mommy milkers with sauce. No problem. Hope it helped. The kick is a little too soft. It's like just a little blip. I'd have a little bit of a longer kick. And the build doesn't really build a lot of tension. It's kind of one of those builds where it's like you're looping the drums because that's what they do in builds, but there's nothing like it's just simply just looping an element doesn't actually build tension. Okay, like it builds a little bit of tension, but you need more than that. You need risers, you need just depending on the context. You just need to make it a little more interesting than that instead of just like intro with drums and then all of a sudden the drums just loop. It sounds like your main lead has some sort of element in the low end in it that's like clashing with the sub and causing some clipping. Like you hear every time it goes whoop, whoop, there's like a weird hard scratchiness in the low end. Sounds like there's some sort of clipping or something. Oh, that might just be the sub actually. You might just need a new sub. I like this melody, the blimp, don't blimp, blimp, but then this part right here. Just this last part. It like doesn't work as well. Oops. I'm not gonna search up blue waffles. I know what blue waffles is. Yeah, and I would make the snare pan, or not the snare, the cymbal pan to both sides if you're gonna pan it like that. Oh wait, I hear. Okay, so you have two different cymbals going on. It just doesn't work like that. Like, so with like, if you're gonna pan a crash to the right, it's like, how do I explain this? So it's like your main hi-hat loop that's like the offbeat hi-hat, which is the one you have panned to the left. It's important that like when I think of drums, the three most important elements of the drum loop in a song like this are the kick, the snare, and then the main hi-hat loop that holds the groove. And so generally speaking, you keep your kick and snare mono because those are the most important elements in your drop, at least in the drum area of things. And then I usually either keep my main hi-hat loop mono, or I just make sure that it's present and forward, and then everything else can be panned around, so it's crashes and percussion and stuff. But whatever's holding the main groove and rhythm in your drum loop, you want to have that present. So panning it just to the left, it's not like forefront enough. But yeah, I think the biggest thing with this that needs work is the sub. The sub's kind of making it hard. It just sounds like a clipping distortion, like, or clipping distorted, just like. I'm Ableton gang, all the way. I started in FL Studio though. I mean, I think all DAWs are cool in their own ways, but I love Ableton personally. Fart sub. This part's really nice. I like the water sloshing around. Ooh! Oh, this part's sick. That snare's dope. Snare could be a little bit louder, more saturated. Like just a tiny bit too thin. But the build sucks. And it needs risers. Oh, that's so cute, but the sub's ruining it. And the melody's a little questionable there. But yeah, pretty much same thing I told you about the first drop. Great start. Next we got SA. So let me make sure SA is in the chat. I believe so. All right, so mainly just want overall thoughts, as this is a very different track for me and I don't really want to fuck up the tone shift, as it will mark an important point in my future album, which I want to tell a story with, one that I've been working on for a while in my EPs, even if they don't hold up well. Thanks for your thoughts and sorry for the paragraph, but enjoy. Cheers. That's cool. Okay, let's listen. This is Mr. Mobile producer guy. God damn it. Here, I'm just gonna turn down the music on here then. Sounds like your kick's clipping. I think the progression's like a little weird right here. I don't know if it's just the ARP clashing with the chords, or if it's just the overall progression, or if it's just some of the harmonies in the chords. And I'd say your drums need to be a little more like in the forefront of things. Your kick's kind of just getting lost. The lead that came in is a little too high-end heavy, and then I think you need to cut, like, I think you just need to EQ like the lower mids of it a little bit. Yeah, definitely Blake Slate. Hickam, I believe we have, like, we're on track 12 out of the original queue, I believe. It's hard because some of the people in the original queue donated, so I'll have to figure that out, but I believe we have like around 10 tracks left. Wow, this build's nice. Ooh. Love the snare. Your kick is completely distorted though. Yeah, the kick really needs help. I really like this though. I think the kick comes through better here. Or yeah, I mean, it's fine if it's that distorted because it kind of goes along with the almost chip tuney kind of vibe going on here, but it's just getting, I meant that it's distorted in a way that it's kind of losing its punch. So maybe what it is you just need to have your kick like kind of, I don't know, a lot more louder than everything else, so that it's still, even though it's that distorted, so it still doesn't get as much lost. I get that. I do like how it feels. Well, you can turn everything else lower though. You know what I mean? Or put a limiter. I mean, I don't know how much, I don't know all your limitations as a mobile producer, so I'm assuming that's part of it. But like, if you can't make it go louder, then you make everything else go quieter. Or you like limit everything so that it's, the ceiling is like right below the kick. Yeah, I think though the tone change is sick. I really like the tone change. I think the first drop needs a little work in terms of making it a little more interesting. Like just the chord progression is a little bit boring, it felt like. But the tone change is sick. I love the second drop a lot. Hey, what's up, Rocket Start? All right, next we've got Jordan 2123 MP. Brand new whip. I suck at sustains. All feedback is good. Got it. I feel like this is a bit too empty of a intro. Like that part's fine. But the build's just really empty. It doesn't build a lot of tension. Oh wait, what did I just do? Also, your build it's a little louder than the drop. And it sounds like it might have too much bass, like right before the drop. I don't think this growl really works or really gives the impact that I feel like you're going for. The fills are cool. Yeah, I think it's the rhythm. Like, it's hard for me to critique this because it just sounds like you're still learning how to produce. And this stuff is kind of just it's kind of just, it's like learned, you know, through experience. I can't really give you the right feedback to like make your drop better. Just you gotta like experiment more, and just as you become mature as a producer, you'll just slowly understand how to make more gripping drops. But yeah, it's just kind of the rhythm. It's really slow feeling. It's really helpful to reference tracks. So like for a lot of the music I make, I always have a track that like I use as a reference for arrangement, for the rhythm. I don't like straight up copy the track or like try to recreate the track, but I'll just use things in it like, oh, maybe I should put a fill here because they put a fill in this same spot, just so you can learn like how to give your drop energy and how to yo, thank you, Blue Jam. I'll get to you in a minute. But yeah, if I were you, I would find a track. Yeah, the intro was dope. It was just the drop doesn't live up to the intro. So I'd find a track that kind of has a similar vibe to what you're going for, maybe from an artist you really look up to, and then just pretty much just copy their rhythm. Like do your own thing in terms of your sound design, and you can always innovate beyond whatever it is you're referencing, but just to give you a nice starting point, that might be helpful. And it just, there doesn't feel like enough progression, and just in general, yeah, it's just like amateur. Alien Cult. Blue Jam, did you already send in a submission? Actually, I don't think the kick has too much hi-hat. I think it's that the kick's being layered with a hi-hat. There's a link to the form in the description. But yeah, I think you just kind of need help with your drop arrangement. So yeah, reference tracks, reference your favorite artists. Don't try to be like your favorite artist, but it's nothing wrong with using, like learning from their tracks and giving yourself a nice little starting point so you can at least figure out what you need to include in your track. Avile, you sent the wrong kind of link. So either DM it to me on Discord or resubmit. And then I'm going to look for the Blue Jam submission. Let me know when you send it in, Blue Jam. And the food us aliens eat, they're called glibbles, and they're pretty tasty. Sent it. All right, got it. I'm using Aventone planars. Basically, I saw Vultra tweet about them one day. They're like, I think she posted on Twitter. She was just like, I just got new headphones, but I've been using these Aventone planars forever, and they're really good, or so I don't know, something like that. And so I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get these. Vultra's mix downs are insane. Anything you would give that's helpful, or a roast or two? I'm still learning how to roast, but so no promises. Love this profile pic. So far, so good. Well, this sounds like a fucking shitty Dollar General store chime. I just think you need more. Your sub's a bit lacking, and you want your sub to follow the bit crush. Like, they're just kind of thin. It's like you have those sitting at the high end, and you just need a nice, like, harmonically rich sub under it, following it. Marsky videos? I'll look that up. Yeah, no mids, exactly. It's like lacking a mid-range, like, buzz or grit. Oh no! Okay, and so then you have an issue here where you have your lead playing in the same range as the hi-hats and the bit crushiness. So they're all playing in the same area, and so it's like you gotta figure that out. Maybe low pass the lead a little bit so that the hi-hats have some space, and then have the bit crush. Alright, I'll get to you next, Evolve. Build's good. Build is louder than your drop. Your lead growl things, they sound a bit like washed out. I don't know what exactly it is, but they just sound washed out and start blending in with the hi-hats. Now there's no mids anymore. Like, if you listen to that, you hear how it sounds kind of hollow. It's like your subs are down here, and then the things up here, and then just all of here, it's just like, bro, where is it? The sub's almost like not even, I can't even hear the sub or feel the sub. So I think a big thing is you just need more harmonics on your sub. This part's nice. The rhythm and everything's nice. Blue Jam and Chime. The vocals are a little bit harsh in the high end, and the kick needs to be a little louder, punchier. Wait, did I say loudier? I'm pretty sure I just said loudier. Louder.
Exploring the newfound world.
There's a weird percussion that's like, I don't know if I like how it sounds. Your builds are great though. Yeah, sub is just so, you need saturation and some more harmonics on that sub. I don't, if you're using like Serum or something, let me see if this will show the right picture. Right here. So if you're like using Serum or Vital or something for your sub, go into the wavetable editor and just add some harmonics. Add a few little harmonics. And maybe even add like a square wave or something with it and filter the square wave. Your snare's a little washed out too. But yeah, this is lacking the same impact. Just you got hollow mids, man. Other than that, though, the arrangement and the melodicity of it all is great. It sounds like Chime. Granted, I would, if I were you, work on being a little more unique. But it's you're nailing the formula. It's just your mixing and your processing. What up, Enamour? Ooh. Same thing with the sub though. Like hear how it just kind of sounds like washed out noise right now. There's not any clean, strong, forward sounding mids to fill up everything. It's like you just high passed your master. Or like your bass group. What up, Koto? Cigarette. But yeah, great foundation. We pretty much ripped it apart, so you know what you need. Jesus Christ, we have 45 submissions. So that means like 20 of you guys we're not going to be able to get to you. God, I fucking hate being sick. Who we on now? Oh, Avile. Let me check your message. Alright, so intro is a beta thing, hence the word demo, and is not planned to be kept in. I mean, come on, it's like 4 channels for the intro, and I know Kick sucks Squidward balls, but I'm still trying to find one for it. Hope you like it. Honestly, one of my most experimental tracks.
Yeah.
Is this the intro?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't tell.
Yeah.
Okay, you got rid of the. Okay, let me start over. So your sub it has too short of a release, and then it doesn't have like the girthy impact it needs.
Yeah.
The kick does suck giant mushy Squidward balls. Oh no, no, the vocal's great. It's well saturated. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more, this has kind of the same sort of issue as the last track where it's a little hollow in the mids. And it just the sub should be more like boom, 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 boom instead of boom, 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 boom. And then you need hi-hat. Or like some sort of like risers and downers in the background. Boom, 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 boom. This is how you skip the line, Enamor. Alright, so you're up next, Enamor. But yeah, it's a bit too minimal, and then the sub isn't giving it the girth and energy that the drop needs. And I would add another layer on that like crazy sporadic snare thing. And then also, yeah, your snare, like your actual snare, needs to be more saturated and kind of like how the vocal is. Like the vocal is, funny enough, the most full thing in the entire drop. I love it though. Yeah. All right. Now we got Enamor. My ears are tired and I don't know if it's too loud. Help. Got you. I hope your dad comes home. What the? What the fuck is happening? Alright, let me re-listen for feedback. Didn't sound too loud. It sounded perfectly loud. I am assuming it's intentional that the vocals are kind of hard to hear a little bit. Which I like it, but then I also wonder what it'd sound like if the vocals were a little more present. But I don't know, it's kind of like a really cool vibe where it's like they just kind of come in and out. I think there might be like, let me listen to the drums real quick. I think the snare is like too short. It's just kind of like a transient, and it kind of works during the drop, but like during fills, like back here, it just sounds like kind of weak now. But that's sick. I love that fill right there too, the boom dump, dun, dun. That's sick. Dope submission. All right, what we got? Where we at? I believe we're at Dreer. Let's go. All right, I'm assuming it's gonna be some fucking dark ass swampy shit. Just looking for general thoughts and feelings. Would be interested in what you think of the B section in the first drop at around 150. As you'd expect, a deep dubstep tune of this nature does have a minimalistic intro section, but I'm happy to hear your thoughts on it if it's a bit too minimalistic. Well, I love myself some deep dub, so hopefully I can give some good opinions. No problem, Enamor. Loving it so far. I think the the clock sound could be louder. Make it a little more louder so it just makes shit really eerie. It's just like you hear it just tick, tock, tick, tock. Yeah, it's just too quiet. All the perks are a little too quiet. Even the hat. Okay. Here, let me listen again. Okay, so I think the hats are good. The hats are good. But I think that the tick-tocking should go just throughout the whole thing. Like throughout this part too, and in the drop, just in the left ear and just a little louder. Ooh, the perk. Ooh. I feel like the snare. There's just something that. Oops, my bad. I really like the feel, like the vibe of this whole track, but I feel like the drop is lacking that kind of deep dub groove where I want to like the stompiness or like the head bobbiness. Oh, hey, have a good one, Avile. But yeah, it just doesn't have like the groove I feel like it needs. It has all the atmosphere though, and the eeriness that it needs. So maybe the hats just need to be louder or more saturated. They do sound like a little thin. There's just something about the drums that it's just not getting me into them. Oh, I like that better. See, that has like the bounciness that I'm looking for. That's sick, dude. Wait. Guys, I fucked up. This is the perfect music for deep sea. I feel like it needs to be darker than this. There, yeah, let's find a sunken ship. Oh wait, here we go. It's still not quite the vibe. What the fuck? Wait. He's underwater, but there's like... What is happening? There's like a tide under... There's like waves underwater. sword fighting underwater now? Oh. This is so weird. I love it. Oh. Yo, this little ARP that just got added in is sick. I love this song, man. I think the first half of the drop needs some work, but I think that second half is like perfect. No, you didn't miss your song. We're just doing our weekly underwater deep dub session, you know. Yeah, where is their oxygen tanks? What the fuck? I like these perks. And the clock works a little better. I still think it should be a little louder though. No, this is a submission. We just from time to time, if the song is good and like works, here wait, I need to pause it and explain real quick. I don't know. One time someone sent in a song and they're like, this song, it's a 10-minute song, it's a journey. And so we were like, fuck it, let's go on this journey. And then I decided to play a YouTube video with like underwater sea creatures, and it was just the fucking vibe, and the song that Dreer sent in is just kind of the same sort of vibe, so we're just going with it. What in the fuck? Is that a real ass whale? How did they film this? Yeah, I can't. This is crazy. All right. Well, that concludes today's underwater whatever. We always do this at least once in every feedback stream. That was sick though. Like the song and the video. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this first half of the drop. That's pretty much my only critique. Other than that, it's fucking killing it, dude. Next we got ZF Patron. For feedback they said, I don't even remember making this track. Yeah, we don't know how he's breathing. Whoa, what the fuck? The snare. It works weirdly. It's weird though. I think you need a little more of a breakdown. Like it needs more of like a down sweep, you know? Wait, here. I forgot who it was who suggested this. Right here. We gotta do it on 2 times speed. There we go. the fuck is happening? Okay, I'm getting sidetracked now with that video. That's an interesting ass video. Yeah. So slight harshness in the high end. This whole song has a really weird rhythm to it. Like it's just really a lot faster than I'm used to. I love the snare. I think the leads just need to be cleaned up a little bit more with some mid-side EQing. Oh, the vibrato. Yeah, it's getting too repetitive now. I feel like it needs some fills that like change up the rhythm for a second. Like it has the sub, like it's a cool idea, but I think for too long it's just womp 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 womp, and there's not a lot of womp 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 womp. Like you need some fills to help restart the energy, you know? Hey, welcome to the Discord, Blank Slate.
Yo, let's play.
What the fuck? Wait, what song was that? That sounds like a familiar song. Yeah, it sounded like Virus Syndicate or something. That was a really cool, like really unique song though. I fucked with the main idea of that. Alright, I probably spent roughly 30 minutes on it, and I'd say it's pretty good for that amount of time. We shall see, Greg. What was that pre-drop? What the fuck? It's not good to have that much bass in the pre-drop. Your snare's too muffled. Or clap. But yeah, for 30 minutes it's pretty good. It's starting to get a little boring. Yeah, exactly what Blank Slate said. In the right context, the muffly clap could work. But yeah, Blank Slate's spot on. And that's just clipping. I just think you're relying too much on these leads that have like basically no tonality. I guess they have a little tonality. If I have time, I will do the holy shit. What the fuck? $20? I hope you have a song you want to send. Damn. Thanks for the donation, dude. I don't think I've ever gotten a donation that big. $20. Say roasted it. Here, let me see what you submitted. Or wait, did you submit something yet? Go to the form and submit something. And I will try my best to roast it. I'm not the best roaster. But yeah, I think it just needs a little more spice in the drop beyond just the cool leads. All right, who are we on next? Unless he's... Oh, wait, no, he sent it. Let's go. Adakic... Am I saying it right? Adakic Dubs? I just realized the title of this video. We Blacksmith. Oh, let's go. 5K follow... 5.8 thousand followers. Cubic on Halcyon one day, hopefully. There's some high end there that's a little too much. Yeah, I plan on doing more sound design tutorials soon. I'm trying to work on building this website first, and then I'm gonna get that all ironed out. Shit. Those claps are weak. It's just like just noise. I think you want to have some more defined claps. What up, Dark Mage?
Yes.
Okay, wait. I need to re-listen. That kick is fucking heat. It's like perfectly punchy.
Yes.
The snare's getting lost because a lot of things are like equally as harsh and like high end heavy as the snare. And yeah, maybe it does need more sub. Like it's obviously got sub, but I think the sub might be too distorted. I think maybe it's like there's some fighting between the crash and then like the snare and then the leads. Yeah, I think those like cymbals are like too raspy. Ooh, I love this breakdown. Yeah, this is sick. These hats are getting a little bit hidden. I would honestly like just roll off the highs a little bit. There's like one element in here taking up all the high and just roll it off a tiny bit. Ooh, that's hype. That's hype. Again with the noisy ass claps though. Like they work, but I feel like it'd be better if it was like more like just cleaner claps or whatever they are. You know what I just realized? I think what one of the issues might be with like just the drops feeling a little more clean is I think so you have like a really noisy sub. I think maybe you need to filter the sub a bit. Yeah, there's just like a lot of noise in various elements, and it's just like making things clashy, muddy, and harsh a little bit. But really sick sound design and flows. And I love all the breakdown areas. But especially the first drop, just too much high-end noise going on. But Jesus Christ, there's so many super chats today. I mean, I am obviously not complaining, but fucking hell, dude. But yeah, dude, Adakic, thank you so much for that $20 donation. That's huge. And hopefully the feedback was helpful. All right, let me see who Dark Mage just. Okay, you're gonna send it through Discord. Got it. God damn, all the donations today. We're almost at 3 hours. Fucking Christ. All right. Cataclysm full. Some harsh high end here. Yeah, just that's like instant ear fatigue. Throw some Soothe 2 on that bitch. And then also it creates a weird contrast from this, the super bright high end to that, where that's just not even there. Oh, so Soothe 2 it's a plugin that basically automatically EQs out the harsh frequencies in your mix. It's really sick. It's a little bit expensive, but if you have the money, it's something to look into. I guess I do YouTube full time. I don't make money, like I don't make a lot of money off of it. The only time I really make any money is doing the feedback streams, but I'm trying to start doing it full time. Loving these vocals. Thank you, Blank Slate. free alternatives, I don't know off the top of my head, but I do plan on doing a video about like some cheaper and free alternatives. I think the kick or that impact or whatever that is a bit weak. I guess it kind of works though. The kick is like clipping in a weird way though. Yeah, there's like a lot of weird clipping going on or distortion going on in the build. Yeah, I'm working on a couple sample packs. This is all like way too distorted. Like the kick doesn't have its like subby thump to it that it needs. And it's just all, there's so much distortion going on that it's like I know it's like minatory or whatever you want to call it, but like it sounds like you just put like distortion on the whole master almost. And so it's all just really thin, and it's just because the more you distort something, the more it takes away its like really clean sub harmonics, and it just makes it all just kind of thin and lose the impact. So it's like always you got to find a balance. Or something that helps, like if you want this level of saturation, then do a parallel signal. So do keep that distortion, but make sure everything that's being distorted has a parallel signal, and then you just high pass the distorted signal, so you get all the harmonics of it, but you still have the drier, like fundamental sub frequencies and stuff all unfazed. See, that's sick, but the distortion kind of ruins it for me. But like, yeah, that like kind of screaming sustain is kind of crazy. Yeah, like the lower mids are just like shitting. It just sounds like they're shitting. Just violently shitting with drums. Because of the distortion. Like that's why it's screaming, because the shitting is so, it's like this is the most violent diarrhea ever, so it's just like This part's dope though. Yeah, you just gotta manage like where you're, like which part of like the basses and everything you're distorting. So it's like you don't want to be adding that much distortion to the lower mids and to the sub frequencies, because that's where it muddies things up and you lose that impact. Ooh, that's nasty. I mean, see, like this sort of thing could work, but you would need to like write subs for it that aren't being distorted, and you would need kicks that aren't being that distorted. I mean, all it is, like, in terms of the arrangement and everything, it's all sick. It's just literally, yeah, it's it's just the distortions just kind of destroying the whole mix.
This war shall now end.
Like the only sound in the drop that's like pleasantly distorted is the like that growl. Like if I took this into Ableton right now and just like cut out everything except the low mids, it would literally just sound like poop. And that's the biggest thing that's ruining it, is that it's like just the low mids are just way too distorted. And then you got the bit crushed ARP is just a little too harsh in the high end. You gotta do some surgical EQing. Sound goodizer doesn't make things sound good. I mean, you can definitely distort that much. It's just like I said, you need to make sure that you're only distorting like the high end or like certain frequencies. And so I don't know exactly what Logic allows you in that. Like, I don't know how easy they make that for you. So what you would need to do, if there's not like multi-band distortion or anything, is just have different parallel signals where you have like the dry signal that's not being distorted, and then you make another signal that is being distorted, and you just EQ it after the distortion so that it's only like one frequency range. But yeah, like Mag said, the idea is definitely there. All right, who are we at next? Fuck, I'm so lost in the original fucking... All right, we are almost done. I think we have 3 or 4 more. Honestly, thank God, because I have not eaten, I don't think at all today. And now it's like 9 p.m. Hi-hats are too quiet. There's some clipping in the left. Yeah, Trash 2 is great. Use that. Oh, these hats are nice. Your Reese, though, has a little too much information in the sides in the low end, and it's causing some subtle clipping. The kick needs to be a little punchier, maybe a little less distorted or saturated, whatever you're doing to it. Also, the vocals sound a little bit muffled. It honestly sounds like the whole mix is being pushed a little too hard. Like there's just subtle clipping here and there. There's kind of a little bit of a lack of dynamics, and it sounds like all of your headroom's being used up. It sounds like there's not a lot of room for everything to be packed in there. I believe you're in like 2 or 3 songs, Ronan. The sub is a little lacking in this. Yeah, you're in 2 songs, Ronan. I know I keep saying I'll make that tutorial, but I will make that tutorial at some point, King Crab. Unless you have Ableton, then you can do it for free on Ableton. This is pleasant, but it's not the most interesting song. Or a drop at least.
Just take your breath away. I don't mind if there's not much to say. Sometimes the silence guides the mind to move to a place so far away. The goosebumps start to race. The minute that my left hand beats a race. And then I watch your face, my finger running down 'cause you love the taste, yeah. These hearts adore everyone the other beats heart is for. Inside this place you wanna.
Blaze, you submitted yours at like, you're like the 40th submission. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes to get through the first 25, and then maybe whoever's still in the stream, if I haven't gotten to you, I might be able to. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, everything just feels a little clipped, and it's not like pleasant for a song like this. Like, it feels like this was mastered like the way you would master like Tear Out, but it's like supposed to be vibey drum and bass. This part's cool. Like, there's like no impact in that drop, and the kicks don't have that low end thump. It's really pretty though. Hey, what up, Brohan? All right. So, Ronan, you're actually next. Envision, if you sent the techno track like just now, unfortunately we don't have enough time to get to it because I'm already like way over the 25 limit because of all of the donations. So unless you donate, you'll just have to send it next time, my man. I'm sorry. There's some mud in the left side from, I think, like the reverb of there's like a pad or something. Yeah, left side lower mids. There's just some subtle resonance that needs to be taken out. Yeah, still hear the resonance in the left ear. See ya, Hickam. Thanks for vibing. That got way too noisy right before the drop. There's so much noise. It's making it muddy. Yeah, same kind of thing with that other tune. Just too much distortion in like the lower mids. And then the snare gets a little bit lost in all the noise. Yeah, it's just so noisy that it makes the whole drop feel so static because there's just that constant like just going throughout, so it's hard to like get into it because it just everything's getting swallowed up by the noise. I love the vocal. I love you, Ronan, but yeah, it's like the fake out pretty much just sounds like wind. It sounds like a hurricane or some shit because it's just all noise. Yeah, it's just the noise, the distortion. It's just like literally it's just swallowing the whole mix, and so it's like hard to like enjoy or even like hear the full like the little intricacies of your drop and any details and variation and call of response you may have put in the drop because it's all just noise. So yeah, I don't know if you have just noise in the background or if it's a bunch of distortion. Whatever it is though, you gotta EQ that out or turn it off or something because it's just way too much of it. All right, we got King Crab. Robotic crustacean, I love it. All right, now you're lacking the mids. This doesn't have mids.
Crabs. Cybernetic crabs.
There's the mid. This reminds me of like OK, back when he made more trap stuff. But here's the thing, the snare sucks. It's just like a transient thump. Or like thwack. You need that snare to give more energy. Like layer some stuff with it. It needs like a more tonal, like spacey tail on it. Yeah, just the snare really doesn't work in my opinion. The sub here is too quiet. Like, I like that beat, but that should be front and center, baby. Boom, 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 boom. And honestly, that breakdown felt too short, unless this is only the first half of the song and you're making more of the song.
Crabs. Cybernetic crabs.
The main leads are getting a little bit of giving me a little bit of ear fatigue because they're just, it's a lot of high end. And I don't think you're doing like the double time kind of like Jersey club type of groove well enough. Because it just kind of sounds like the first drop, but with like different drums, but it doesn't have like the moombah like just boom, like I think you need some sort of like perk loop or something to help like it make it go fast, basically. I'm just honestly getting a little worn out on that lead. Like I feel like it's a little bit too similar to like the whole rest of the song. But I think it's a good start. I think you need to work on the second drop, make it feel a little bit different, a little more progression, and it needs like some percussion lines going to like complement that new kick and snare pattern. And again, new snare. Nut indeed. All right, I think we have like two more. Let's see. All right, so it's Jazz C and then it's Blank Slate. Those are the last two I'm doing. I'm so sorry to anyone else who submitted. I always feel bad, but it's like I only have so much time that I can sit here giving feedback. It's been more than 3 hours. Holy shit. Too much high end, especially in the left ear. Yeah, just too much high end. Knock off some shit off of like 12K, 15K. Yeah, there's a lot of high end. Other than that though, I like the atmosphere and everything. I think that noise thing is just too loud, and then again just too much high end. The like oh, thank you, Blank Slate. The acid bass is too quiet. Everything else is like kind of hiding. So the build and like basically all the high end and everything leading up to the drop is like so much in comparison to the drop. And then the impact for that like build on top of the build is like just didn't have a good impact. Need more emphasis on the mids compared to the high end. I like the melody, but these are like staccato bass notes. I don't think work very well. Yeah, the snare is nice. I like this part. But yeah, again, it seems like you have a lot of issues with controlling your high end. Like throughout the whole song, there's just a lot of parts where there's a lot of high end. And high end can give you the illusion of like, it makes everything sound bright and energetic, and then your ears get used to it. And so then when you try to cut it, it gives you the illusion that, oh, now stuff doesn't sound as bright and fun and energetic. But a professional mixdown, doesn't have as much high end. And people like, for instance, something I learned from like Jaws, for instance, like he curves off the high end of his basses so that he lets the hi-hats fill up that high end and give it that energy. Just like there's a lot, like too much high end. Oh, Seba, you're quite late. we're on the last track after this, and then I'm gonna end the stream. Sorry. You'll have to wait till next week. I think this seems like it's a bit of a copy paste. The arrangement is good. I don't think the drop's a copy paste. But yeah, I like the drop in the arrangement and everything and the melodies, but it's just like I said, it's like high end heavy, but there's not a lot of lower mids in the drop. But I'm gonna just skip to the next and final track because I'm starting to get a little burnt out, a little bit of ear fatigue since it's almost 3.5 hours. So, final tune by Blank Slate. Sorry we couldn't get to you, Blaze. Emotion Algorithm. A little too much high end here. I think the kick's a little bit weak. We need more like hard-hitting dubstep kick, or just like a kick with a nice like punchy transient. Bruh, I feel this. That's also sick that you credited the cover artist. I appreciate that. Here, let me listen to your build up again. The snare feels a little over compressed or like thin. I personally, for sidechain, I use a plugin called Shaperbox. It's pretty similar to the plugin LFO tool, and then I use a MIDI trigger, and it triggers the LFO in Shaperbox. The build's not too bad. It's just the snare build is like, it's like too thin and like feels really compressed. Yeah, Shaperbox too. Shaperbox works though. It doesn't have to be the second. Yeah, I think it needs more of a punchy, clicky kind of kick. I like some of the growls, but the boing boing boing, that sound, I don't think it works very well. But the growls are sick. I think the boing 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 boing, like even the rhythm of that sound kind of messes up the flow of the drop. I think it'd probably be helpful for you to go listen to people like well, I just left my mind. What the fuck? The Brig, for instance, especially a lot of his older music. He's really good at like having a lot of different sounds and stuff going on, but keeping the flow and the groove moving. Also, people like Woofax, even Tipper. There's weird similarities to your music and Tipper. But just a lot of, and like a lot of old electro producers too, I feel like you could learn a lot from like the way they arrange their drops and rhythms. There's definitely some cool ideas in here, though. And I like all the melodic stuff going on. Did I just hear Audio Jungle? Oh, this part's cool. You need sub, though. You're really lacking in sub. Like for this part, there should be like, I don't know, 808s or something. You kind of only have sub when the growls come in. This part's a lot more fun though. It's like flowing. This build kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. This part's fun, but it's a bit muddy. Just like some of the elements are clashing a little bit, so you want to EQ them better. And then I'm just not a fan of the sound you use for the lead. Like the melody's cool, but the lead I'm just not a fan of. I feel like for this, maybe even like a more like an anime piano kind of vibe would have worked. And again, your kick is just really not punching through very well. I like those parts though where it goes like, ooh. Yeah, I guess the clap could be more saturated, but I think the more important thing is your kick punching through. But yeah, I mean, there's some really cool ideas in there, just your mix down needs a little work, and then your arrangement in the first drop, and then just some of the sounds you're using are a bit cheesy and dated sounding, in my opinion. But hey, that wraps up today's feedback stream. Definitely the longest one I've ever done. and also the most donations I've ever had. So thank you so much, everyone who donated. It does really help a lot in terms of me trying to be able to do this full time. And so I hugely appreciate it, and I really hope that my feedback is helpful to you guys. But yeah, everybody have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys soon with more videos. So yeah, have a good bye, everyone. I'm so bad at ending streams every fucking time. Hey, what's up, Zerum? All right, I'm gonna end it. Bye bye.